Got a drone down there. Anyway. To tolerate it, I guess. Jaya Radha Madhava Kunjabi Hare Jaya Radha Madhava Kunjabi Hare Gopichandra Ballabha Girivaradari Gopichandra Ballabha Girivaradari Jasodanandana Brajajana Ranjana Jasodanandana Brajajana Ranjana Jamuna Tira Vanachari Tiram Banan Shari Jaya Rama Madhava Kunjabi Hare Jaya Rama Madhava Kunjabi Hare Hare Krishna Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama Hare Rama 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 Hare 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 Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. God Jai, Holy Nam, Sankirtan Ki. So the harmonium can go away. My voice isn't very good today. I'm sick, but the philosophy is powerful. Doesn't matter if you're sick or healthy. It acts. Okay. Put this sacred scripture here. All right. Special adventure today. Was it 4 verses? Yeah. I think we're doing, let's see. Check out my schedule. 60, 61, 60, 61, 62, 63. 5 slokas today. Like the 5 Pandavas, 5 verses. Okay. Bhagavatam, Canto 7, Chapter 10, verses 60 through 64. Okay. We'll chant the first one and I'll just read the other ones. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Sedam Ritarasa Sprishta Vajrasara Mahaujasa Tastata Megadalana Vanyata Eva Vanaya. Need to put it all the way up so they can do the second half of the slok. There we go. All right. Sadamrita rasa sprishta Vajrasara Mahaujasa Tastar Megadalana Vanyata Eva Vanaya. Sadamrita rasa sprishta Vajrasara Mahaujasa Tastar Megadalana Vanyata Eva Vanaya. Ladies? Siddhatamrasaspishta Saramahajasa Tatar Mega Jalana Vajata Evavanaya Siddhamrita Rasasprishta Sa Tastatar Mega Jalana Vajata Evavanaya Siddha Amrita Rasasprishta. The demons thus being touched by the powerful mystic nectarian liquid. Vajrasara, their bodies becoming invincible to thunderbolts. Mahaojasa, being extremely strong. Atastu, again got up. Megadalana, that which goes through the clouds. Vajyataha, lightning which penetrates the clouds. Eva, like. Vanayaha, fiery. Translation by His Divine Grace, Srila Prabhupada. When the dead bodies of the demons came in touch with the nectar, their bodies became invincible to thunderbolts. Endowed with great strength, they got up like lightning penetrating clouds. Vidloka Bhagna Sankapam Vimanaskam Vishadvajam Tadayang Bhagavan Vishnush Tatopayam Akalpayat. Seeing Lord Shiva very much aggrieved and disappointed, the Supreme Personality of Godhead, Lord Vishnu, considered how to stop this nuisance created by Mayadanava. Vatsas chasit tada brahma svayang vishnurayang higaha pravisha triparang kale rasa kupamritam papam. Then Lord Brahma became a calf and Lord Vishnu a cow, and at noon they entered the residences and drank all the nectar in the well. Kijai. Te sara hyapi pashyanto na yasedan vimohita tad vijnana mahayogi rasapalam midang jagao smayang vishoka shokartam smadam daivagatim chatam. The demons could see the calf and cow, but because of the illusion created by the energy of the Supreme Personality of Godhead, the demons could not forbid them. The great mystic Mayadanava became aware that the calf and cow were drinking the nectar, and they can understand this to be the unseen power of providence. Thus he spoke to the demons who were grievously lamenting. Devo saro naronyova Neshvaro stita kashchana atmano nyayasa vadishtang devana pohitum dvayoho. Mayadanava said, what has been destined by the Supreme Lord for himself, what has been destined by the Supreme Lord for oneself, for others, or for both oneself and others, cannot be undone anywhere or by anyone, whether one be a demigod, a demon, a human being, or anyone else. Purport by Srila Prabhupada. The Supreme Lord is one, Krishna, the Vishnu Tattva. Krishna expands himself into Vishnu Tattva personal expansions, Svangsha, who control everything. Mayadanava said, however, I plan However, I plan, you plan, or both of us plan. The Lord has planned what is to happen. No one's plan will be successful without His sanction. We may make our own various plans, but unless they are sanctioned by the Supreme Personality of Godhead Vishnu, they will never be successful. Hundreds and millions of plans are made by all kinds of living entities, but without the sanction of the Supreme Lord, they are futile. Vandeham Shri Guru Shri Jata Madakamalam Shri Guru Vaishnavam Cha Shri Rupam Sagrajatam Sahagana Raghunatam Vitam Tam Sajivam Sadaitam Savadutam Parijana Sagitam Krishna Chaitanya Devam Shri Radha Krishna Padam Sahagana Lalita Shri Liveiskconpune Namam Vishnu Padaya Krishna Prestaya Bhutale Srimate Bhakti Vedanta Swaminiti Namine Namaste Sarasvate Deve Gauravani Prachadine Nirvishesha Shunyavadi Paschanyadeshatarine. So, there are many interesting things to talk about in these verses. Many interesting things. There are many small-time demons, you see. They were killed. So there was one big Maha Rakshasa, you see, Maya Dhanava. And he wasn't. And he had the power to make a nectar that would bring the dead demons back to life. Just see how powerful a demon he was. He could bring the dead demons back to life. Wow. He created a nectar that would bring the nectar of immortality. It'd bring them back to life, you see. And then it's interesting to see the arrangement by the Lord to counteract this arrangement of the Mahadayanava was to drink up all the nectar. It's interesting, Lord Brahma became a calf and Vishnu became a cow. It's just, see, in the Vedic culture, the cow and the calf are special facilities. If it had been some other type of animal, they may not have gotten away with it, you see. But the cow and the calf, even the demons honor the cow and the calf, you see. In that time, of course, nowadays in America, they don't give a damn. They kill them and eat them. But so the cow and the calf came as the trick of the Lord to drink up all the nectar. It's interesting here also, the demons could see it. They knew what was going on. They said, oh, the demons, oh no, they're drinking up all the nectar, but they couldn't stop it. Somehow the Lord's energy prevented them from actually stopping him. And also interesting here to note, this big demon was actually God conscious in one sense. He knew what was going on, but he said, this is destiny, what can be done? That's an amazing thing. The big demon, he had some understanding of destiny. Now the demons they had all been brought to life by the nectar, but they were all lamenting that, oh no, the nectar is being drunk by. They're all lamenting like anything. But Mayadanava said, what can we do, demons, my dear demons? It's been destined, what can we do? For them to drink up all the nectar is destined. So he actually had some Vedic wisdom, you see. Here's a big demon, but he had Vedic wisdom. It's pretty amazing, isn't it? Our demons today, they don't have any Vedic wisdom. Their philosophy is might makes right. I am God. So it's interesting. The purport actually goes in, and there's a quote here from Mayavana in the purport. However I plan, you plan, or both of us plan, the Lord has planned. But the Lord has planned is what will happen, is it? So we're learning a good lesson today from Mayavana. You see, I got my plans, you've got your plans, but the Lord has plans. My plans may succeed, they may fail. You see, what good are my plans? I have so many big plans, but finished, you see. So, my dear Prabhus and Matajis, what's the intelligent thing to do in this connection? Continue with my plans, making big plans. Or realize, well, why don't I find out what the Lord's plan is? Because then it'll be successful, you see. We like to be successful, don't we? Who likes to be a failure? I don't want to be a failure. Nobody wants to be a failure. But if you make your plans, but you're not in harmony with the Lord's plan, you're guaranteed to fail. So let's not be stupid. Let's be a little intelligent. Well, I want to be successful, so why don't I dovetail my plans with the Lord's plans? So let's find out what the Lord's plans are, you see. Well, I'm looking at that beautiful, what is it, a mural or diorama of the Lord Chaitanya coming in the Bengali village with the Panchatattva, and all the villagers are following him, and the people are in ecstasy, you see. This is the plan. This is the plan in this Kali Yuga. This Sankirtan movement is going to flood the world, you see. To flood the world. So, they have a saying in America, if you can't beat them, join them. So let's join. We can't defeat Lord Chaitanya's movement. It's destined to inundate the entire material existence, actually. So why not join it? Become one of those, what they call them, the Hare Krishnas. Yeah. Become a Hare Krishna, a follower of Lord Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. And then by dovetailing our planning tendency with the plans of Lord Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, then his plan is glorious, and our plans will also be glorious, you see. In other words, how can I plan my life to become more and more Krishna conscious, be a more and more useful part of Lord Chaitanya's movement, become more knowledgeable, more enlivened, more fixed up, more dedicated, more regulated, all the things, the Brahminical qualities, become peaceful, self-controlled. Why not my plan to develop all these qualities of a Brahmin and a Vaishnava so I can be the best possible instrument to help fulfill the plan of Lord Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. And if you focus your life on that instead of some other plans on the side, which may fail or succeed, we don't know. There's all kinds of the plans on the side. I got this plan on it. I mean, you may be successful in your side plans, you may not be successful. So why put your energy in that, you see? I got my plan on this side or that side, I want to do this, I want to do that. Why not just completely dovetail my plans? I want to be a completely sold out instrument in the plans of Chaitanya Mahaprabhu and Srila Prabhupada to inundate the whole world with Krishna consciousness. Because if I do that, my life will be successful. My life is guaranteed to be successful if I dedicate myself to serving this plan of Srila Prabhupada. You see? I read an amazing quote yesterday by Prabhupada in one letter. He said, if we simply present this philosophy without adding or subtracting anything, he said, we will conquer the world. Wow. Conquer the world? It seems impossible, doesn't it? But the condition is don't add or subtract anything. You see? That's why we have to read the books. This morning in my email, I was bombarded by all kinds of statements trying to take new philosophies, trying to change the philosophy. We see that envious people who want to have their own agenda, they try to disrupt the Sankirtan movement by finding fault with this, finding fault with that. They know better than ISKCON knows. They know Prabhupada better than we know Prabhupada. But I don't buy into this nonsense. These are envious people, and I don't buy into their nonsense. I know that I stick with Prabhupada. I know they'll be properly situated. I don't care what these rascals may say. What is that saying? The dogs may bark, but the caravan will pass. Some caravan is coming, the dogs going, woof, 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 woof. The caravan just keep going. Who cares about the barking dogs? You see? This movement will be successful. This movement that Prabhupada started with the GBC and the whole structure that Prabhupada gave us, the International Society for Krishna Consciousness, we don't need to be disturbed by the barking dogs. The dogs will come and the dogs will go, but this movement will go on, inundating the entire material existence with Krishna Prem. You see? So it's a glorious life, you see. As Prabhupada told me in that letter, just continue enthusiastically as you were doing, and surely Krishna will bless you. Even I'm very sick today. I have a viral infection. I'm very, very sick. But I'm fired up. I'm fired up because this is such a wonderful thing, you see. You can be suffering like hell and feeling swell. That's the amazing thing. This is transcendental to the body, you see. Krishna consciousness is transcendental to the body. So many things. Let's see. The Supreme Lord is one. Krishna, the Vishnu Tattva. Not like these rascals that say that, there's so many gods. Every god is the supreme Mayavadi. I mean, we don't buy into this nonsense. Krishna expands himself into the Vishnu Tattva personal expansions. Krishna is not limited. Krishna is unlimited. These are called Svanksha, who control everything. So Krishna doesn't bother controlling everything. He's too busy with Radharani or playing the flute and wandering in the bank of the Jamuna. He lets the Vishnus do it. See. Krishna doesn't bother with management. He wants to play the flute. Especially that fifth note is very special. You know about the fifth note? About the fifth note on the flute? That very slogan, I wonder what that slogan is. He's not going to remember it distinctly. Smenam mangi paryachitam satyavishte nidishting vanksinra kishalam ujradam tandakena govandhakyam hanitanamike kirstiti patkamte ma pakshishas tavariyari sak. No, that's the wrong verse. This is the verse. Priyasayang Krishna sarachari kshetramilitas tadaham sarada taridam ubayasankamam sakam. See? Priyasayang Krishna sarachari karakchas tadaham sarada. Smenam, let's see, I'm forgetting it. See, Priyasayang Krishna sarachari karakchas tamilitas tadaham sarada ubayam tatananda kelam madhuri mudayam chitwan samajashe manomalaikanindi vibanayas priyayati. This talks about the fifth note. Radharani is meeting Krishna in Kurukshetra. She hasn't seen him for a long time. Her boyfriend went off to the Dwarka and got married. It's a whole different world for her. But she got a chance to meet her beloved boyfriend at Kurukshetra. She was explaining to her Gopi girlfriend, my dear Gopi girlfriend, I have met now my beloved Krishna at Kurukshetra. I'm the same Radharani, and we're meeting now together. It's very nice. But still, I like to go to the bank of Jamuna, beneath the trees of the forest, where I was to hear Krishna playing the fifth note on his flute in that forest of Vrindavan, you see. So there's something special about Krishna's fifth note. It's amazing. Why the fifth note? Why not the fourth or the third? Well, ask Radharani. It's her choice. She especially likes that fifth note, you see. So this is what Krishna is up to, all these kinds of ecstatic fifth note leelas, you see. He's not bothered with this stuff. But still, through his agents, all of these things are going on, you see. And if we learn how to understand what these agents are doing. And he himself personally comes, actually, as Lord Chaitanya, to engage in this pushing forward the Sankirtan movement. It's actually a very pathetic situation in the Kali Yuga. People are suffering like anything. It's getting worse and worse. You know, having been around here for 78 years, I can think back to how it was like in the 50s. And it's just much worse now than it was then. It's getting worse and worse and worse and worse. When I was a kid, the women didn't work. They all stayed at home. And because one income could easily support the whole family, put the kids in college, everything, buy the house, everything from one income. But now the husband and wife, they're both working, and even they might even start sending the kids to work just to pay the mortgage. I mean, it's just becoming more and more demoniac and more difficult, you see. Because they're taking more and more godlessness. The more we can bring God back to the center, the more everything becomes peaceful and happy. Personally, individually, in each one of our hearts, and collectively as a world society. So let's do the needful as being followers of Lord Chaitanya, to be worthy representatives of Lord Chaitanya, to bring Krishna back to the center of our lives. And we have that special program. It's called Mahamantra chanting. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. As a boat on the strong wind, as a boat is carried away by the strong winds, you see. We have to be, can't let this mind to be carried away by the winds of Maya, you see. As a boat on water is carried away by the strong wind, and we have to be very careful not to let our mind be carried away by the breezes of Maya, the breezes of Kali Yuga. We have to bring that boat back in the control, the mind boat. Bring it back under control. You see. So we can go step by step, padai. We can go step by step back to our original identities in the pastimes of Krishna in the spiritual world. And while here remain sold-out servants, Paka representatives of Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, to purely represent him in all times, all places, and all circumstances to everybody we meet. Don't get disconnected when you go out to the material world and become carried away by the winds of Maya. We get a nice connection here in this beautiful, wonderful temple. We get a wonderful connection. So now always stay in the temple of your mind. Mama Mano Mandir. Always stay in the temple of the mind wherever you go. Keep this temple. Always remain in the temple within your heart wherever you go. See? In this way, you can powerfully represent Lord Chaitanya Mahaprabhu to attract these fallen souls to come to the lotus feet of Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, Lord Nityananda, who will deliver them from all their suffering. If there's any questions, you can start sending them up. I love questions. And so what more can I say? There's millions of things to say. Prabhupada says here, hundreds and millions of plans are made by all kinds of living entities. Without the sanction of the Supreme Lord, they are futile. So, what plans do you have? Are all your plans Krishna conscious plans? Are all your plans Krishna conscious plans? You got some Maya plans also. You got to be your own psychologist and psychoanalyze yourself. What am I planning for my life? What plans do I have? Are they all dovetail with Lord Chaitanya Mahaprabhu's plan, or are they separate from Lord Chaitanya Mahaprabhu's plan? It's not that you just have to be a robot. Everyone naturally has plans. Just like Prabhupada said one time, he said, whatever talent or ability you have, you can use that in the service of Krishna. Some might be a good drum player or a good cook. You can plan, well, let me become more expert cook or more expert drum player, you see. Not that you have to give up your talents and just become a robot. You're an individual, you have feelings, you have emotions. Keep those things and dovetail them in the service of the Lord. what does Lord Brahma create? Interesting question. What does Lord Brahma create? This is a technical question.
Does he create the bodies?
Huh?
Does he create the bodies or he creates the providence? Because in this verse it was mentioned providence. So
What is Lord's relationship with providence?
oh, like
Oh, you're talking about this pastime? Lord Brahma became,
Hare-
in this pastime, Lord Brahma became a calf.
Hare Krishna. No. So
And he drank up the nectar.
the exact question is that we know there are three deities, right? Brahma, Vishnu, and Mahesh, Shivji, right? Brahma, Vishnu, Mahesh.
Yeah,
right?
Brahma is the creator. So what is his creative function?
Yes. So the
I mean, the Vishnus are also creators. For example, Brahma was created. He came out of a lotus flower. He was born out of a lotus flower. So what is his business here? What kind of engineering work does he do? Is it the elements come out of him? That'd be an interesting thing to research in the database. That's an interesting research question. You could write a whole essay about that for Back to Godhead magazine. Any more questions? He certainly creates something, but exactly how he does it, in all the details of how he creates. Whatever he does it by the energy of the Lord, that we know. He doesn't have the power on his own to create. By Krishna's energy, he creates. So like there's the 8,400,000 species. Obviously, he's the creator behind that. 8,400,000 species. And what about the elements? So it's an interesting question. I don't have detailed scientific knowledge.
in that connection with the previous question, the word providence, exactly what does it mean? Because we know the laws of nature, karma and vikarma and
Oh, how
akarma.
does it relate? How does it relate with providence?
Yes, providence.
Yeah. Well, even Brahma is under the control of providence. Ultimately, yes. He's not beyond. He's also within the material nature. Brahma is born and he dies, so he's also within providence. What is the difference between sin and offense? Actually, they're one and the same. Any offense is actually sinful. Of course, generally in the material world, sin is considered, they normally think sin is a very bad thing. And they think offense would be a minor thing. You know, sin is like murdering somebody, offense is like being inattentive while chanting. Sin, the word sin connotes something very bad. But actually, every offense is, even being inattentive while chanting is sinful. If you really come down to the real essence of it, offense and sin are the same thing. Okay. How can we develop laoyam, spiritual greed? Well, it's a matter of intelligence. Because our nature is, we are greedy people by nature. We are greedy living entities by nature. So unless you're greedy for bhakti, you'll be greedy for sense gratification. That's a fact. We have so much greed for material things naturally, but not for bhakti. So you have to analyze what is the result of being greedy for material things and what is the result of being greedy for bhakti. Look at it intelligently. What's the difference? If I'm greedy for bhakti or I'm greedy for sense gratification. The Mayavadis are greedy for mukti, but devotees are actually not even greedy for mukti. The devotee is greedy to please Krishna. What can I do for Krishna today? How can I please my beloved Krishna? The devotee simply wants to attract Krishna's smile. How can I beloved? So the difference is one leads to entanglement in the material nature, and the other leads to liberation from material nature. So how to develop it? You have to desire it. Be greedy, you become greedy. What do you want? Cultivate the desire for pure bhakti. Like Prabhupada told me to become qualified to see Krishna face to face. So how do I cultivate them? Well, here's an example. What do we say? What's the prayer for Jagannath? Lord Jagannath, please come to my vision. So when I went to Jagannath this morning, I prayed, please bless me. I can see Krishna. I can see you face to face. So if you can consciously cultivate greed by your prayers, you see. Prabhupada told me to become acquainted to see Krishna face to face. So how do I intensify that desire? I'm begging for it, you see. So by prayer, you can cultivate lalyam or greed. I'm greedy to see Krishna face to face, but not greedy enough. If I was greedy enough, I would see him face to face. So how can I increase my greed to see Krishna face to face? More and more and more. Fan the fire. Just a little spark. You got to fan. You have a spark of lalyam, right? You got to fan it to blazing fire. By praying, by hearing, by chanting, all the activities of bhakti. Fan the fire of lama to a blaze. Fan the spark of lalyam to a blazing fire that consumes all your material desires and blows them completely away. Is it? How can we understand that whether our plan is aligned with Krishna or not? Read the books, study the books, see through the eyes of scripture, not through the eyes of mental concoction. By reading the books, you can get so much knowledge. Reading Prabhupada's books, every day read Prabhupada's books, and then you'll develop a vision of what mentality you need to cultivate within your heart. And you'll know what kind of plan you're supposed to have also by reading the books. If you don't read the books, well, you're disobeying Prabhupada. Prabhupada told me to study all our literatures. Was that only for me and nobody else? That's for every ISKCON member. Study all the literatures. Are they just for selling? Study all the literatures. So we should have a regular program reading these books. Not just in the class, but on your own also. There's so many books. Shreya Upanishad, teachings of Lord Chaitanya. There's so many books we don't give in our classes. So you should go through all these books. Whenever you have some spare time, read. More spare time, read. Keep reading and reading and reading, and you can see everything through the eyes of Scripture. How do we know that how much is in our karma? How much should we endure? We all have a huge, huge stock of sinful reactions. But when you surrender to Krishna, Krishna wipes them away, but gives you a little token just to help you become fixed. So don't worry how much karma you have. Actually, it's inconceivable how much karma we have. So don't worry how much you got. Krishna will take care of it. Sometimes it is said that whatever is in your karma will come to you. Whatever is in your karma will not come to you once you surrender to Krishna seriously. You got initiated, you surrender to the spiritual master, you say, now my only business is to please my guru. Once you come to that position of total surrender to Guru and Krishna, Krishna wipes away your karma. You don't have to worry how much you got. It's gone. Sometimes it's said that we have to inquire to get it. How much? No, you don't have to. Your karma is wiped away. Sarva papebhyo mokshayami. I take away your sinful reactions. What is the difference between Jnanis and Vigyanis? Is that it? Jnana and Vigyan. Jnana and Vigyan?
Difference between Jnani and Jigyasu.
Jnani and yogis?
Artho arthato Jnani Jigyasu.
Jnani I can say. What is this word? G-Jnanis? Inquisitive people? It says G-Y-A-N-I-S. That's Jnanis. And the second one is the G-I-G-Y-A-N-S. Vigyan? Jigyanis? I know Vigyanis, but Jigyanis? Never heard of a Jigyani?
The shloka Chaturvida bhajante maam jana sukriti no Arjuna arto artyati jignasu jnani.
What's the verse number? That'll help me. Give me the sloka number. We can have fun. I'll look at the verse itself. Verse number. Four kinds surrender to me. Bhagavad Gita, let's see. Chapter? 7? Voice number? 16? Okay. Let's have some fun and look at it here. Get some nectar out of it. Let's see. Jigyasur, the inquisitive. Yeah. Four kinds surrender to me. That is the inquisitive and one who, all right. Jnani means one who knows things, and Jigyasa is one who's inquiring about things, according to the word for word. The distressed, the desirable, the inquisitive, and he was searching for knowledge of the Absolute. What's the difference between being inquisitive and searching for the Absolute? You could ask. According to the actual translation, one who is inquisitive and one who is searching for knowledge of the Absolute. What's the difference? It seems like searching for the knowledge of the Absolute is being inquisitive. Let's look at the purport for some enlightenment now. Interesting question. Okay. How does Prabhupada clarify it in the purport? Let's see. The inquisitives, the inquisitive and the seekers of knowledge, he makes a distinction. That's an interesting thing here. What does Prabhupada elaborate on that? Well, it's interesting, there's a word, curiosity killed the cat. You could be someone who's kind of generally inquisitive and not seeking for knowledge. There's a curiosity seeker. And there's one way of looking at it. A curiosity seeker, but not really seeking knowledge, he's just curious. Why do you wear that on your forehead, somebody said? Why do you wear that on your forehead? An inquisitive person. Or say, what is the significance of decorating the body with sacred markings? You see, there's inquisitiveness and seeking knowledge can be different. Of course, a seeker of knowledge is inquisitive, but he's seriously seeking the truth. Someone may be inquisitive without seeking the truth. You see the difference? That makes a distinction. Okay. All right. If I have some plan, how am I going to know whether I'm right or wrong? Read the books. What if Krishna has another plan? Read the books. Thing is, you got to ultimately put yourself in the hands of Krishna. Ultimately, just put yourself completely in Krishna's hands. My dear Lord, you're the puppeteer, I'm the puppet, please pull the strings as you like. But within that, Prabhupada has certainly a plan, because the Guru Maharaj had ordered him to spread Krishna consciousness to the English-speaking world. So he had a plan to do that. But ultimately left it up to Krishna. On the boat, he had heart attacks, and he may not have even made it to America. He was ready. If Krishna, you want me to take me now, that's all right, take me now. I have my plan, but maybe you have a different plan, you see. It's like I have a plan to live to 100, for example. But I may only live for another 5 minutes. You know what I mean? You can have a plan that would be Krishna conscious, but you understand ultimately it's what Krishna wants. Does that make sense? I have a plan to make a Krishna conscious hospital, for example. But but ultimately it's Krishna's plan. Prabhupada wanted us to have plans for making the overall Krishna conscious. He encourages us to have plans. He even said, I have double energy from my spiritual master because I traveled all over the world and he did not. But now you, disciples, you must have triple and quadruple plans and then you're my disciple. He said, triple and quadruple energy and then you're my disciple. He said, wow. So what kind of planning I should make? Got to make the whole world Krishna conscious, you see. That's my plan, make the whole world Krishna conscious. How to write a book that'll make the whole world, So how to give lectures in such a way that more and more people be attracted and totally give themselves to Krishna with every thought, word, and deed in all time. And that's my plan, how to make the whole world Krishna conscious as soon as possible. But Krishna may have another plan. What to do with me? He may pull me away and send me somewhere else. So I don't know. I find myself quite impersonal impersonal to Bhagavatam. What does that mean? How to develop for Bhagavatam, for personal, for myself. He doesn't feel a strong personal connection with Bhagavatam. Well, here's one thing. Take the book and hug it. See, I mean, that's the example. This book is my savior. This book, Krishna is fully present here, and this book will actually liberate you from all suffering. So develop a personal bound. Get up. You have a set of Bhagavatams. Get up every morning, offer your obeisance to the Bhagavatam. Develop, offer a flower to the Bhagavatam. Try to develop a personal relationship. Bhagavatam is Krishna himself with Radharani, the gopis, the gopas, the Jamuna. It's all there. All the leelas. Just try to enter into the spirit of this Bhagavatam is. You see, you have to cultivate that mood. Okay. Wow. More. Okay. There is English term which says, if you're not planning, you're planning to fail. That's a good one. So we should make plans how to make the whole world Krishna conscious. That's our plan. Okay. We have American devotees doing book distribution in minus temp. What does that mean? Oh, in like below freezing? But we in India are very comfortable. Temp is there. Oh, in India it can be worse than America, the hot season. India is much better weather. I mean, it's much more hellish than America, the hot season. I haven't ever been here for the hot season. I heard your rubber sandals can melt on the road. So the question is, we're not feeling to distribute books, but very comfortable in India, but we're not feeling distributed. The thing is, just try it, Just try distributing a book and see what happens to your consciousness. It's actually very ecstatic to give somebody one of these literatures. It's very uplifting, very thrilling thing because you've just represented the whole disciplic succession to give them the connection with Krishna. So just try it. And you'll become intoxicated with it. My work times are very odd. I get late at night, sometimes 1 a.m. or 2 a.m. I feel I cannot attend the Mangal Arati or cannot, what to do? Well, let's see here. Well, what time do you go to work? Who is this? Okay, you work until 1 or 2 a.m. What time do you go to work? What time do you report to work? 2 p.m. 12 hours. They're working you like an ass, my God. 12 hours. What I would recommend is try taking just a suggestion. Try going to bed, try taking extra rest in the daytime, and then get up come at 2 a.m., chant your rounds, and then come to Mangalarti and go to bed. I mean, I know this is not exactly the same, but I had weird hours too. I worked from 11 p.m. to 9 a.m. But they gave me an extra long lunch break. I went to Mangalarti during my lunch break. So yours is more difficult, I understand. I get up at 2 a.m. in the morning myself to do my japa before Mangalarti. So why not just chant your japa and then come to Mangalarti and go to bed? Why not do that? Adjust your sleep hours so you're fully awake at 2 in the morning and not wiped out. You can chant your rounds and come to Mangalarti and dance in ecstasy and go to sleep. Why not do that? Give that a try. Okay. My wife gets up at 1 a.m. and does 32 rounds. 2 a.m., 2 a.m. is not a big deal. Okay. Lord uses us as an instrument in His divine plan. So how can I know whether it is His divine plan or my material desire? By following the order of the spiritual master. Okay. How can we connect to Krishna emotionally when we suffer or is through different situations? Yeah. When you're suffering, how to connect emotionally? Suffering right now, but viral infection, for example. Well, you have to see that everything, whether you're suffering or whether you're enjoying, Krishna is blessing you, and reciprocate with Him in learn the art of reciprocating with Him in every situation. You can talk to Him, you can pray to Him. My dear Lord Krishna, I'm your eternal servant. Right now I'm suffering like anything, but please bless me in this suffering. I can still feel my connection with you and still try to please you, even in my suffering condition. So talk to Him. He can hear you, relate with Him. Pray according to Shastra, not according to material desires. But study the prayers of great acharyas and pray according to the mood of the great acharyas. How to develop a strong determination for our practices in spiritual life. Like whatever happens, I will first complete my 16 rounds and read Prabhupada's books without fail. Well, it's very simple. Say no prasadam until my rounds are done. I will fast every day until I finish my rounds. That's a great way to do it. No japa, no prasadam. I'm not ordering you to do that, but it's a suggestion. It's a great way. I'm not going to order you to say I'm some kind of a tyrant, a power abuser. No, but just a suggestion. If you have a hard time to get your rounds done, believe me, if you make rounds completed for taking prasadam, you get your rounds done early days, as early as possible. But the easiest thing is before sunrise. Prabhupada said Brahma Muhurtam. Okay, what is healthy, wealthy? What is a healthy and unhealthy fear of Maya? The healthy fear of Maya, is there such thing as an unhealthy fear of Maya? That's your, if you're going through a dangerous area, even the Christians, in the Christian Bible, in the Old, there's a prayer, yea, though I walk through the valley of the shadow of death, I will fear no evil, for thou art with me, and with thy rod, thy comfort me. So this material world is a dangerous place, you see. It's like the valley of the shadow of death, according to the biblical language. It's the valley of the shadow of death. It's a hellish nightmare, actually. But if you take shelter of Krishna, I fear no evil, for thou art with me, and you comfort me by your mercy. So, to understand you're in a very dangerous situation. Kali Yuga is the most dangerous of all yugas. You can easily look at what happened to Ajamil. He was a Paka Brahmin, but he just happened to see a prostitute and some guy having sex on the side of the road, and he was completely bewildered by it. So it's a very, very dangerous thing, you see. Very, very dangerous thing. It's to always be on guard, you see. It's just one little slip and you can be finished. Like a mountain climber, one slipping and he's finished, you see. It's very, very dangerous. So I don't know what's an unhealthy fear of Maya. I think it's very healthy myself. I don't understand how you have an unhealthy fear of Maya. Of course, if you're at the point where you can't even do it, you're so scared you can't even chant your rounds. You're trembling. That would be unhealthy. I can't come to Mangalarti. I'm zip up my sleeping bag. I won't even come out of my sleeping bag. That'd be an unhealthy fear of mine. Okay. All right. Job life in Kali Yuga is quite tough. It's tough. It didn't used to be so tough. But because of godless, it's becoming tougher and tougher and tougher. It's like now they have to send the wives to work to pay the mortgage, as I mentioned. Very, very tough situation. How to decide how much money to earn, my mind, yeah. Earn whatever required to live comfortably and to have something to contribute to the movement. Maximizing money is not the thing. Maximizing bhakti is the thing. Earn enough money so you can have a peaceful, comfortable life and have something to contribute to the movement. Prabhupada did say 50% sometimes, but he also said whatever you can easily afford. He's also mentioned in one letter. So you want to be able to contribute to ISKCON, to build these beautiful temples, to support this movement. So you should try to earn enough that you can contribute also and have a comfortable, peaceful life and contribute also. And retire early. That's another thing. Yeah. Yeah. Thing is, you have to. I don't know your specific situation. Whoever this is, you could tell me. We could have a long talk about it. How much you're making. This is a detailed question. I can't give you an answer without knowing the details. Nobody, even if I knew the details, I'm not expert in Indian culture even. I was very blessed. I was able to retire early. I never really got into the workplace. I retired. I went from being a student to retired life by Krishna's grace. I never really had to enter the job market. I was never a Shudra. It wasn't my nature to be a worker. So Krishna blessed me. I hardly had to work in my whole life. I just went from being a student to being a retiree. That was Krishna's mercy upon me. Retire as early as possible, I recommend, and do full-time service for Prabhupada. But you have to balance it out. You may have kids, you may have a wife, so many things. I would just pray to Krishna how to deal with it. My dear Lord, just ask Krishna for guidance how to deal with them. Or you can talk to some devotees who are expert in Indian situation and have a meeting with them and show them how much you earn and the blah, 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 give them all the details. You could do that also. So it looks like our time is up. I already answered that one. What is it? A new one? Where is it? No, I already answered this one. How to give up unhealthy comparing mentality. Unhealthy comparing mentality. Well, what's wrong with comparing? I need to compare the life of sense gratification with the life of Krishna consciousness. That's very healthy comparing. So what does unhealthy comparing mean? I'd have to think about that one. What does it mean to be unhealthy and compare? You see, we're supposed to be analytical. Analytical means comparing this, comparing that. What is beneficial to my Krishna consciousness and unbeneficial? We're supposed to have a comparative analytical mentality. That's called thoughtfulness, you see. So what's unhealthy? Well, what would be an example? If you're asked to do some service, instead of doing the service, you compare, is it better to do this service or that service? That would be an unhealthy. If you're comparing gets in the way of devotional service, then it's unhealthy. See? Should I go to Mangal Arati at this temple or that temple? But you don't go to either of them. That'd be unhealthy comparing mentality. Just go, rascal. Go to, go. Okay, that's it. Thank you very much. Srila Bhagavatam ki jai. Okay, some garlands here to give away. Anybody want garland? Yeah, garland. There we go. Oop. There we go.
Hare Krishna. Srila Gurudev has written himself, his autobiography, The Divine Love Memos. If somebody wants to take it, please come forward. And Srila Gurudev will also personally sign it and give written blessings. Thank you.